What's going on, everybody? I feel so dumb. It is not even funny. I was literally, oh my God, dude. I cannot believe what just happened. I'm genuinely embarrassed. Genuinely the weirdest thing ever. That is the weirdest thing ever. If you're just jumping in, you're just joining. I obviously am like 30 minutes late on this live stream, and it's because I just did the entire live stream and it was sending the feed to YouTube, but it was not showing up as live on YouTube. And I did not realize it after I just spent 30 minutes on this live stream talking about the Broncos. I was also live on TikTok, which is hilarious. So I did get that live in over on TikTok, but I wasn't live on YouTube. That is literally so embarrassing. And I promise if you guys don't tell anybody, you can be my best friends forever. Because that's crazy. Anyways, what's up? Welcome everybody. Welcome into the what are we calling this? The Blucifer Boys. Usually it's me and David talks Broncos, but he is not here tonight. He is actually on a plane flying to Las Vegas. So that's where he's at tonight. That's why you don't see his beautiful face and you're stuck with my face. But I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk a little bit about the Devon Vele trade. I wanted to talk about the the preseason game happening on Saturday, and then what I'm looking forward to in that preseason game. Those are really the only two things that I'm going to be talking about on tonight's episode of the Blue Silver Boys. It won't be too long of a live stream here, so hang out, drop some comments, drop some likes as you come in, and let's get into talking about Devon Vele. Obviously, this was a trade that we were all kind of not entirely surprised by, but I do think that there's a larger group of like Broncos country out there that's like, what happened? How did this happen? Why is what? Why did we trade Devon Vele? He was one of our best receivers last season. Well, the reason we traded Devon Vele is because we got an offer that the Denver Broncos could not refuse. We just could not refuse the offer that the Saints gave us. When you have a guy who was a seventh round draft pick and is 27, 28 years old, and he's going into his second season, and a team offers a fourth and a seventh for that guy, you take that deal 100 times out of 100. It was it was too good to turn down. I did see a report came out that Sean Payton said that they were not actively shopping him around, which I don't know if I entirely believe. Like I've always said before, like I believe about 72% of the things that Sean Payton says on any given day. And this happens to be one of those things that I don't believe. Um, but yeah, it was. I do feel like we were always planning to trade Devon Vele because he didn't play last Saturday in that preseason game against the Cardinals, and I thought that was an interesting thing because RJ Harvey played, Troy Franklin played, Evan Ingram played. It was just weird that Devon Vele, a second year player, also wasn't playing. Like I understand why Bo wasn't playing. I understand why Cortland Sutton wasn't playing. Marvin Mims wasn't playing. Like I get that. I understand. J.K. Dobbins didn't suit out either. I get why those guys didn't play. But it was just weird to me that Devon Vele didn't play. And then when the news dropped of him getting traded to the Saints, I was like, oh, never mind. Makes perfect sense now. I'm not shocked by that at all. So that was kind of where that all shook out to be, was just kind of like, this is interesting. But what the Devon Vele trade tells me is that the Broncos like what they have in Pat Bryant and the rest of the wide receiver room. Obviously, Cortland Sutton's your wide receiver one. Obviously, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin are going to be your second options. Really, in the passing game, Evan Ingram's probably going to be your second option, but as a wide receiver, it'll be Troy Franklin or Marvin Mims. I think Troy Franklin has really started taking that big step in year two from all the reports and everything that I've been hearing out of Broncos country, out of the media, the people who were at practice, who were there during training camp, and what I've seen from Troy with my own two eyes during his time in the preseason action. He looked fantastic on Saturday. Had 2 touchdowns. He caught everything that was thrown in his direction, which you just like that's all you want from Troy Franklin. Like you want to see him take that step. You want to see him be the version of Troy Franklin that you saw with him when he was playing with Bo in Oregon. Like that's what you want to see. And I think that that's the version of Troy Franklin that we're going to start getting this season. And then obviously Marvin Mims has turned into that gadget guy. He's really reliable gadget guy, which is exciting. Like to have someone that can create any sort of mismatch like that by running like a swing route or a bubble route or just a quick screen or he lines up in the backfield but you motion him out, you throw him the football that way or you pitch it to him out of the backfield as a running back, or he's also got the speed to be a deep ball threat. We saw Bo Nix throw that pass that was 67 yards in the air last year in that touchdown against the Bengals. So Marvin Mims can do a lot of what things. He can attack you in a lot of different ways. Um, and then at this point, typically we would get to Devon Vele, but now it's Pat Bryant. And you drafted Pat Bryant in the third round. So you've obviously invested a top 100 pick in this guy. Um, I think that he's going to be good. I think Pat Bryant is going to be very good. I don't think he's going to be, breaking long touchdown runs. But I do think that he's going to be really reliable hand. He's going to be just like Devon Vele, but younger and have like more potential ahead of him. And if he lives up to that potential, if he lives up to kind of what that looks like, what he's going to be, then I think that that's going to be huge for this Broncos offense. And then you want to start talking about wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6. I mean, Trent Sherfield's probably going to make the roster. I know there's guys like A.T. Perry. There is Joaquin Davis. A lot of people are really excited about. He's a big guy. He's really fast. I like Courtney Jackson a lot. I think he was fun to watch in his action. He had like 30 yards rushing, 40 yards receiving, and 40 yards returning kicks, which is just really cool to see. So there's a lot of guys that would be fighting for that wide receiver 6 spot because I do think that Trent Sherfield's probably got that number 5 wide receiver spot locked down. But let's face it, like I don't really care who the wide receiver 6 is going to be. Like we're probably going to only have 3 wide receivers on the field for the majority of the season for the most part because Evan Ingram is on this roster. Like you have a top 10 threat at tight end who can line up in line with his hand in the dirt. He can also line up out wide. He can line up at the slot. He can line up in kind of an H-back position as well. So I anticipate the Broncos to be in a lot of 11 personnel this season, which would be 1 running back, 1 tight end, and 3 wide receivers. But if they do happen to go 10 personnel where there's no tight ends and it's 4 wide receivers on the field, then that 4th wide receiver is probably going to be Pat Bryant, probably going to be Trent Sherfield, depending on how they get that rotation set and all of that kind of stuff. So that'll be interesting to see. But I'm excited about the fact that we have not Trent Sherfield. I am excited about him. He's fun to watch. Evan Ingram, he caught 1 pass for like 60 yards in the game Saturday. That was incredible. I was so happy to see that. I was almost in tears because the Broncos officially have a big play threat at tight end, like a guy that has yak abilities, can get yards after the catch. Like that's just so fun. That's so exciting. And I think they're excited to be in Denver too. His wife popped up on my TikTok yesterday or the day before, and it was like a recap of like their first game in Mile High. And it was just kind of cool to see. I think that they're both really excited to be here, and Evan's excited for the change of scenery and to get to play with Bo Nix and play for Sean Payton. I think that that's just an exciting opportunity. So yeah, when you think about the wide receiver room, the Devon Vele trade, I liked Devon Vele a lot. He was really reliable. He played some good snaps, did some good stuff for this team. But I do think that somebody's going to step up and they're going to take over that spot in that role. Going into this preseason game this Saturday, we're in New Orleans. It's gonna be a fun game. Sean Payton's gonna be back in the Superdome. He's gonna be back in New Orleans playing his old team. It's always fun, but this time it's a preseason game. There's no like real stakes in the game, so that's gonna be exciting. Um, it's a noon game, which is whatever. Like I guess that's fine. Like, I don't mind it being a noon game. I'm going to be with my family this weekend. My parents are actually coming up to visit for the weekend, so I'm not going to have a chance to like sit down and watch the game. But I will be following along on Twitter and social media just to be able to keep track of what's happening there. But yeah, I think this is the last preseason game. We've got 2 weeks until the season starts. When the first game is like September 7th, September 8th. I can't remember the exact day. Um, when we open up against Tennessee and the number one draft pick Cam Ward, and I think it's important that this Broncos offense and defense are both ready. And so I am glad that the starters are going to be playing in this game. I don't anticipate them playing more than 10 snaps, give or take, plus or minus two. I don't know. It all depends on how the offense looks in their first series. I think Sean Payton's going to want to see them get into the end zone. I think he's going to want to see them operate well. I think he's going to want to see them score a touchdown. And he's going to want to see how Bo plays. I heard great things from Bo and this Broncos offense from the joint practice against the Cardinals. A lot of people within the Cardinals organization and the Cardinals media were saying that Bo has really taken that second step from that second year jump, which is really exciting to hear. But I want to see him be successful as well on Saturday. I think Dre Greenlaw and Alex Singleton might also play. I don't know if they're going to step on the field or not. I would be fine if both of them didn't play, but it would also be cool to see them play, get some snaps in this preseason before the actual season starts. But then, yeah, I think like Pat Surtain's probably going to get a series. Riley Moss will get a series. Nick Bonito will get a series. Maybe. I don't know if he's actually going to play or not. I know he's still coming back from practice. He's back to practice this week, but he's recovering from those bone spurs. Jonathan Cooper, he'll play. I think most of the starters on offense and defense are going to get at least one series, maybe two on Saturday. So those are going to be important series because I think preseason is important to build confidence, build chemistry, and work out any sort of rust or any kinks that there might be in your operation. Um, I mean, it's just a chance for you to like get game action, like full speed game action. You're in your uniform, your coach is in your ear. If you're the quarterback or the linebacker that's got the headphone or whatever you want to call it, the speaker, the earpiece, whatever, and on the defensive side of the ball. You got to call the plays out like that. You don't really know what the other team's going to be running, that kind of stuff. React, get to the ball, make the play, those kinds of things. That's what I think. I think that makes preseason important. The score on the scoreboard doesn't matter. The stat line, the stat sheets doesn't matter, unless you're a guy that's trying to make the roster. But as like an observer, like the fan, the person who's watching the game, all I care about is the starters. And the four things that I am actually really interested in watching for this football game, for this preseason game, are things that I think a lot of people are excited about. And I hope that if you're watching this, you're also excited to, or these are the things that you're hoping to catch in this game. Number one, first and foremost, I've been saying it all offseason since OTAs, since mandatory minicamp, since training camp started. All I care about is how Bo Nix operates. It's all I care about. I don't care about how well Cortland Sutton runs his routes. I don't care about how well the offensive line blocks. Granted, I would love for the offensive line to block really well so that Bo can throw the ball to Cortland Sutton after he runs a really good route. But I am more interested in how Bo operates as the quarterback one of the Denver Broncos in year two. How he gets the team into the huddle, how he hears the play call, how he recites the play call to the team, how he processes the play call in his brain, how he gets the offense up to the ball, how he works on his cadence, how he gets the pre-snap movement, gets the motion in on time, gets everything that he needs to do at the line of scrimmage, gets his proper checks in, and snaps the ball, and then does the thing that a quarterback is supposed to do, throw the ball to a guy that's open. There's a lot that goes into playing football, and especially playing quarterback. And I think Bo Nix is really good at that stuff, but I am interested to see how he continues to develop in year two as kind of that pre-snap operator from the time that the play call is yelled at him into his ear from Sean Payton on the sideline to the snap of the football. There is 1,000 things that are happening there, and I want to see Bo Nix operate in that spot really, really well. The second thing that I am really excited to watch, that I'm really going to be watching for, is RJ Harvey. Obviously, We have a running back. We have two really good running backs. We've got RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins. I've been an Ohio State fan. I've been watching J.K. Dobbins play the running back position for like 7 years at this point. So I'm like not concerned about him. I've seen him block. I've seen him run. I've seen him catch the ball in the backfield. He's great. He's an excellent football player. He's a running back from Ohio State. They put out great running backs all the time. RJ Harvey, on the other hand, I am very excited, very curious to see him in the passing game, specifically as a blocker. I know that he's got ability outside, out in the open, catching the football in the passing game. But as someone who played running back, I played running back in college. Not every time that there's a pass play called, does the running back get to go out on a route. You know this. I know this. RJ Harvey knows it. And I want to see how he can do in pass pro. How can he step up? How can he, can he track the correct linebacker that he should be watching for? If he needs to chip the D end or the edge rusher, help the tackles out, is he going to be able to do that properly? What's it going to look like for him to step up and pick up a blitz in pass pro, anything like that? I'm really intrigued by all of that kind of stuff. T Fishes in the chat says video background and audio quality are great. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm having some weird stuff going on with my white balance on my camera. I still am like trying to figure that stuff out. But back to RJ Harvey. We saw him last week running downhill between the tackles, finding really small gaps to get through. That touchdown that he scored was not a large hole. That was not a big opening. He got skinny at the line of scrimmage and like figured out a way to get through on a play where I'm pretty sure that like Javonte Williams probably would have been tackled for like a 4-yard loss. RJ Harvey found a way to get through and he did the thing and he got through and he, scored the touchdown, which was really cool to see. I'm excited to see him continue that this week. I want to see him in some more pass protection stuff. And also, I just think like I want to see more of that outside zone scheme. I know that the Broncos run game is moving to the outside zone. And I do think that RJ Harvey and J.K. Dobbins are both going to be really good at that. Jaleel McLaughlin too, Tyler Bidet, Blake Watson. I think all the running backs are going to be great in an outside zone scheme because I feel like as a running back, it gives you more freedom to be creative, make good cuts, make people miss, make plays. That's all that they care about as a running back. You just want to go out there and make plays. So I'm interested to see that. So I want to see Bo operate well. I want to see RJ Harvey continue to show me what he's capable of doing. And the third thing that I'm excited to watch for is Jahdae Barron. I don't know if you guys know this or have noticed this. Jahdae Barron has a nose for the football. When he is on the field, he is going to be either making the tackle or he's going to be the next guy up to make the tackle if the tackle is missed by the first defender. He is so sticky and he's got great ball skills, but the thing that impresses me most about him is his on-field speed to get to the football and to finish through making the tackle. He's been so fun to watch this entire season, preseason, just making those plays. He's been an excellent talent. And when I see Jahdae Barron, I just see like the potential of being like our own version of the Honey Badger. Maybe that's what Sean Payton saw in him too, but there's so much that I could see in Jahdae Barron that reminds me of Tyrann Mathieu that like I'm excited. I love that we drafted the kid. It's going to be fun. It's going to make our defense that much better to have a guy that's like in that star position, that kind of roving safety, that nickel corner that can come down and kind of be a support role as a linebacker or, stepping off ball, playing in a zone coverage or man coverage or something, covering up tight end or a slot guy. I don't know. I'm really excited to see how he plays and I'm just excited to watch him play some more this Saturday. So Jahdae Barron, RJ Harvey, Bo Nix, obviously the three things that I'm most looking forward to. And on top of that, obviously, I want everybody to be healthy. Broncos, Saints, first, second, third, back of the roster guys, everybody. I just want them to start the game, finish the game healthy. No injuries, no bad stuff. Just go out there, do your job, go home. That's all that we need from this preseason game. So those are the things that I'm really excited to look for in this football game. I want to see how Bo Nix operates. I want to see RJ Harvey continue to improve as a running back and show us more of what he's capable of. I'm just excited to watch Jahdae Barron play football. And then I just want to make sure that everyone stays healthy. So those are the things that I'm looking forward to in this preseason game. Let me get caught up on the YouTube chat over here. I liked RJ, but wanted Travion Henderson more. Glad we got RJ, but I'm skeptical about us using a wide zone packages this year. Yeah, obviously, I'm an Ohio State fan, and I really wanted Travion Henderson. And obviously, we've seen how well he has played in these first couple of preseason games. He's been fun to watch. But I think RJ Harvey's got the juice, just as much juice as Travion Henderson has. Hello, brother. I've missed seeing your show. Yeah, hey, we're back, brother. I'm trying to figure this out. You know what this is going to look like this year. And obviously, this show, the Blucifer Boys, it's going to be me and David Talks Broncos, but he's not here this week. But I still wanted to have the show. We'll be back on next week. I'm in the next state from you. I bet you would be a great person to watch the game with. You know, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't be a great person to watch the game with. I do get a little bit grumpy at times. RJ looks small and played big. I like it. Yeah. Small? No. Short? Yes. He's like 207 pounds. He's a freaking muscle hamster. For my Christmas present I'm going to the Christmas game. Oh, nice, dude. You subscribe to the channel. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for subscribing. You think we can beat Philadelphia? Are you tripping? It's going to take everything to go right for the Broncos and a lot of things to go wrong for the Eagles. That team is so good. And we're going to play them twice this year. We're going to play them in the regular season, and then we're going to play them again in the Super Bowl. So I guess we'll have 2 shots at it. See what I did there? Yeah, man, the Broncos are going to be in my city on Christmas Day, dude. I could spend Christmas Day with Bo Nix if I wanted to. How cool is that? You believe that we are going to at least go 13-4 or 14-3? Okay. That's only 3 more wins than last season. We could find 3 wins somewhere. You know what? Yeah. I'm in on that. I like that. Yeah. So, if you're watching this after the live is over, let me know in the comments below what you're most excited for watching in this preseason game. What are your thoughts on the Devon Vele trade? And drop some of your predictions for the season in the comments below. What do you think Bo Nix's stats are going to look like? What do you think the Broncos record is going to be like? And yeah, it's almost the season, guys. It's almost the regular season. We're almost here. So be sure to subscribe. Like I said, we're going to be going live every single Thursday this season. The Blucifer Boys, me and David Talks Broncos. Be sure to subscribe over on his channel as well. And yeah,